Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Game Testing Unlimited. My name is Wilfred. So this game I'm playing is a mobile game and I've recorded it through the mobile phone as is. So it's a little bit different from the previous one I've showcased to you while I played it through the PC using BlueStacks. This one is really recording through the mobile phone itself. So what you see here is the actual gameplay video with a little bit of editing because some of this scenes could be a little bit too long, so I just cut some of this loading screen as well. So that's all it is. Now this game, many people ask me how is it going on and so on. If you like Marvel kind of game, this is a pretty decent game. Now what you see here is a solo gameplay because there's quite a lot of like open world group play that you can get into, like private instances with a group of random people to play together. But this one is like an epic because story, and you got to play through a story. Now the only thing is that you don't really have a lot of backup. You just have 2 lives. That's all. And it'll cause you gold to revive yourself. So it's a little bit exciting here because if you don't manage to survive through the campaign, the story, then you've got to restart all the way from beginning again. All right. So now I think in the past I do talk about the autoplay versus the manual play. So I'm going to address that a little bit because a lot of you seems to have quite a lot of opinion on that. But before that, just a shout out to you all who like to join me up as a guild or alliance, they call it in this game. Feel free to head to Southeast Asia server. The server name is Titan 6 and the alliance name is, guess what? MarvelHeroes. As you can see, name tag there. All right. So I do need to reinforcement to team up and level up the alliance. More like a World of Warcraft kind of guild concept. So if the alliance or our guild becomes stronger, you get to have perk as well that will benefit your heroes. So I'm hoping that some of you would be able to join me and play. And there's a restriction. I can only get up to 25 people in one alliance. So I'm hoping to get at least some frequent player to help to level up the alliance together. All right. So now that is just a little advertisement on my end to see who else is joining up with me. I am playing this game as my main character is Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. I have rolled the Captain America as well, and in this game, the more characters you have, the better. They call it squad level, so you can benefit all this perk across the heroes that you have. The more heroes, the better, because it helps you to get certain kind of experience and so on. Very much like Marvel Heroes Day in the past, when you have you're rewarded for playing multiple heroes. So same as what you have here. This particular episode here, I'd like to show you. Actually, pretty exciting. The boss design, I must say, is very impressive. I play many games and I play like Diablo or Path of Exile, whatnot. Some of this mechanic is pretty amazing especially from the mobile game perspective. So I do have to say that this is pretty cool. Sometimes there are some like aerial fight whereby my hero have to lift up in the sky like right now here to do a damage, and after that you have to crash back down onto the floor as the boss or the character go down to the floor kind of thing. So it's kind of interesting a little bit. Later on you'll see a big boss as well. It's very punishing as well. And that brings me the second point I'd like to talk about is the auto play versus the manual play. I think a lot of you passionately felt that this game should be played as a manual, not the auto. I sort of like I kind of agree in some sense, because if you are playing against a boss like that or mini boss like that, you can't really do auto. Your character may get killed off quite fast, especially during the fight. But however, the autoplay enable me to get to places A to B faster without having to look through a map, and sometimes the control is not that easy as well. And it helped me to manage all this like trash mob and what have you. So why not? Just do an auto, let it run on its own. So I do that too. But my advice is to get a balance between the two. If you can full-time play this game manually, go ahead. I mean, it's your choice. But there are things like this one can walk on, you know, using the machine to help you to walk, then just do it. I mean, I don't really have anything to say on that one. As in which one is faster and which one is not. I mean, you know, you can experience yourself, right? You can experience yourself. I personally feel that if you have a nice mixture of autoplay versus the manual play, when I say auto, you have some manual intervention as well. It's actually pretty cool as well, especially when you do mobile gaming. Sometimes you can't have the 100% attention to the game. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I think maybe a bit too early to talk about the review of the game, but I would say that I do appreciate the fact that the costumes are being dropped as part of the gear, and that appearance changes as you equip them, or you can transmog them as well. It makes it fun because you can mix different sets, you know, into a costume that you like. By the way, this is the boss, Vision, and you could also transmog them into something that you like as well. So it's fun. It's fun. I like the fact that you go to a hub, although there are many Captain Marvels from different kind of world, but they all have different kind of like costume mixed up, and you know, it doesn't look like the same costume, like default costume like Marvel Heroes. You have a lot of default costume that you got to see. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. By the way, this one is cool. There's a bit of area kind of like attack as well. So I have to like, you know, this one is a bit of like, you know, I'm trying to get used to it. It's my second attempt. My first attempt didn't go too well, so it's my second attempt whereby sometimes I need to go up high and sometimes I need to get low a little bit. And yeah, I mean, you know, I'm still not used to the mobile kind of control. It's very hard to control. Sometimes when I move, it doesn't quite move. So I got to like sometimes take some damage here and there. Like this one here, I could have dodged out, but then somehow I just got stuck to the wall. I couldn't move out, no matter how much I tried to move out, and so on. So the control a little bit hard for me. Maybe I'm just a matter of getting used to, and I'm just trying to learn what kind of pattern they have as well, because you know, sometimes there's some beaming things I should dodge and what have you. And during dodging, I am invulnerable as well, so that is useful to do that. So yeah, I mean, it just really trying to do my best in doing this. This is my second attempt, and in fact, throughout my weekend, I've experienced with some of these like very tough bosses, like the Ultron Kingpin mixed with the entity. I don't know whether you guys read the comic book and can't relate to that or not, but the two become merged into one single entity, and. And for that fight, right, it took me a long time. I'll tell you why. First of all, I need to get used to what kind of like boss mechanic out there, because there's a lot of one-shot kind of like a mechanic. And after I learned that, I managed to overcome that, and I wanted to make a video on that as well. Unfortunately, I was way too happy. I forgot to go back to the hub after I completed the boss fight, and then that. I have to restart everything again, because according to the system, once I leave the game, I have not completed the instance. I was like, oh no. And then after that, I try again, and every time I try, it's about 10 minutes, right? 7 to 10 minutes. The second time I try, I was very close to downing the boss, and then guess what? The server disconnects. So I have to do it again, and then I have some sort of control issue, got stuck and what have you. But yeah, I mean, eventually I got through. Now this one is pretty cool. Kind of remind me of Sutor as well, and I wasn't quite sure how I should tackle this guy. Should I just keep dodging, because you know, I have to get to places to do some damage. Like this one here is a big damage, right? One hit, and then after that, you know, the second hit is like, you know, close to whatever, right? The third hit is dead. So I was like, oh my goodness. And now there's part that I purposely delay, because I want to see the pattern, right? So I learned that, okay, it does some beaming, I need to dodge a beam. Then after that, it does like a big hit onto the ground, right? So that is like a big beam that I have to dodge. And after that is a hit on the ground, which this one I can dodge. The second one I can dodge as well, right? And then after that, it does like a big wave out, like two hands on the floor. This one I can't. I have to do a manual dodging. I cannot move to anywhere on the screen unless I'm putting myself really far behind. And say, okay, that's fine. I spent 5,000 gold and let's do it again. So now that I learned how the whole thing goes, and now I sort of like, you know, trying to do a bit of like a manual dodging to that side, right? So as not to take some of this damage. Still 100%. So I was really happy. Things are doing really well. This one, again, dodge all these beams and so on. But I don't like this pillar. It can't block my view. I couldn't see what I'm doing. So I was like, oh my goodness. And this one I have to dodge as well, which I managed to dodge invisible, as you can see. No damage so far. So far so good. And then after that I do the ultimate on the vision. And now it is really between me and him, almost there, and I got it. I was so happy. I was so happy about the downing the boss. And yep, that is really the end. And I hope that this particular episode shows you that the boss design is actually pretty good from a mobile game perspective. It is not easy. You don't have to pay to win. I mean, I've been just playing, and after that I got fed up. I level my Captain America a little bit, and I come back here again. Gain some squad kind of like experience, and it seems to be able to do it. A little bit of observation as well, turn off the autoplay for boss fight, which I do, of course. But in my last video, I think my message wasn't really coming across in a clear way. I really wanted to say that to be able to make a game that can autoplay by itself is actually pretty cool. And I'm kind of lazy gamer sometimes. I just let it run on its own. But then when it comes to a point where I need to do something, I will do something as well. Alright, so thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you get a chance to download this game and play it on your mobile. Remember, Titan 6 Southeast Asia server. Look for Marvel Heroes. That is my alliance or guild's name, and my character name is called Red Panda. Alright, I'll put that description, the info at the comment box below. Alright, see you next time, and enjoy your game. Bye.
Hope he remembers that next time an interstellar species pays us a visit. Ugh, nothing more pathetic than watching your leader get laughed at. Anyway, I set up a station where you can cobble together new gear. Like costumes, equipment, emergency supplies. Well, what are you waiting for? I didn't make this for myself. Actually, I did. But I'm in the mood to share. So you'd better get to work before I change my mind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got more important things to do.